Gender inequality exists globally and affects more than half of the world's population. It is a critical barrier for human development. Several national and international measures, human rights treaties, and protocols have been developed towards accelerating gender equality. The promotion of gender equality and the empowerment of women are essential to UNDP's development approach. UNDP works with partners across the UN system and throughout the world to advance its efforts. Periodically, the Independent Evaluation Office, IEO, reviews UNDP's contribution to gender equality and women's empowerment. The first evaluation was conducted 10 years ago. This is the second evaluation, which covers UNDP's gender equality strategy from 2008 to 2013, and it includes two distinct components: development results and institutional results. IEO used several methods to conduct this evaluation. We developed a theory of change for UNDP's work on this issue. It assumes that strengthening internal staff capacity should lead to institutional results that help staff to mainstream gender within UNDP. This in turn should enable the achievement of gender development results at the country, regional, and global levels. We compiled a database of 288 gender results from 16 data collection visits and 62 independent country-level evaluations. We also created two analytical frameworks to assess the effectiveness of gender results and the type of gender change in UNDP. The first was the Gender Results Effectiveness Scale, GRESS, which consists of a 5-point scale moving from gender negative towards transformative results. The second was the Gender at Work Quadrant Framework, which is based on the premise that effective gender programming requires 4 types of change: individual, formal, systemic, and informal. Our overall conclusion was that since the last evaluation in 2005, there has been far-reaching change and a marked improvement in the UNDP approach to gender, as well as in the implementation of UNDP policies to address gender mainstreaming. The Gender Equality Strategy was catalytic in promoting a number of new instruments, tools, and processes. Among these was the UNDP Gender Equality Seal certification exercise, undertaken in 30 country offices. The adoption of the UNDP Gender Marker Rating System of programs and projects also heightened awareness about gender issues. However, inconsistent coding was found to compromise accuracy. When it comes to gender parity within UNDP, the evaluation found that even though the organization has been working on gender parity since 1995, it lags behind in parity at the senior and middle management levels. Additionally, men enter UNDP at higher levels and thus advance more quickly. In terms of development results, we found that UNDP's gender results were overwhelmingly gender-targeted. They were limited to counting the number of women and men involved and failed to acknowledge their different needs. The exception was in the area of democratic governance, where UNDP results were more gender-responsive. They addressed the equitable distribution of benefits, resources, status, and rights, but not the root causes of inequalities.
We learned that the pathways to achieving gender results are very complex and depend on a variety of institutional and contextual factors. Very often, these factors are outside the control of UNDP. However, it was clear that UNDP has made significant advances in the past 10 years. It has sharpened its focus and developed an impressive set of tools to help promote gender equality and women's empowerment. But most importantly, we learned that to succeed, gender equality has to become everyone's business. As one interviewee put it, if gender mainstreaming is to be successful, all involved have to become gender experts, because doing it convinces you.
For the full evaluation, please visit www.undp.org/evaluation.